Hi, what time do you go live now? We're here. How you doing?
2 years we've been doing this. You don't know what time we go live on Sunday night. You haven't been watching this regularly.
And honestly, I'm guilty though. I'm real guilty because when Johnny's like, "Hey, you want to go live Sunday?" I said, "Yeah." And then, like an idiot, I went 8 o'clock. Right? I'm like, clearly, dummy. It's been 8 o'clock for years. Why did you ask that? Like,
I will put it in the chat because sometimes what happens is when you're sitting waiting, the screen doesn't come on, so you have to refresh to get into the actual live feed and all that stuff. So here we are.
Well, Thomas says it's 87 degrees in Phoenix, and we're going down to 19 tonight. So
it's rain, snow outside right now.
is it? Ooh.
I can't. Yeah, we keep it at 86.
Yeah, our 4 inches we were supposed to get was a trace, like barely a trace, and then it turned to rain, and then it got colder. It was like, y'all messed that up again.
I'll take some rain or some cold, rainy. So I hope it comes down.
Now,
Hot.
I want to start with announcements. Y'all send some prayers and some healing energy to Dana from US Tarot. As I said last week, she had double mastectomy.
Ooh, wow.
She has found that the cancer has spread to her lymph nodes. So y'all make sure you send her all of the healing energy possible. And not just pray for healing, but pray for strength too, because you do need to be strong in these times. Not just upbeat and high energy, but your body physically needs strength to keep going and to keep fighting. And so send her all the prayers and energy you possibly can. The tarot class thing is going to start on January the 7th for those who are interested. It'll be 5 o'clock Eastern to 7 o'clock Eastern PM. The Toxic People stream will be this Friday. And pretty much anybody and everybody I invited want to be on that same one, but I can only hold so many people in the StreamYard. So we will cut that down to 4 people who have not been on before. So I will have Adrian and Julia, who y'all know as Yoda, and Jules Deramore, who is one of the moderators in the chat. So it will be us 4 talking about the toxic people on the Toxic People stream. Now, tell her she can come in the camera if she wants to. I mean,
I keep telling her, but she
act like we don't know who she is. And today,
on vacation, for those that didn't see her video the other day,
which y'all should have been watching anyway.
Should have been watching.
It's hilarious.
Is there a glare?
Yep.
Is there a glare from my forehead? No. Hi, everyone.
So we're gonna do 2 giveaways. One at the her name is Dana Magnolia, Dana, or You Ask Tarot.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
We're going to do 2 giveaways, one at the beginning and one at the end. So this is the one here at the beginning. This will be the one at the end. It was unclaimed from last week. So a number 1 through 50, and then we'll do 50 through 100 for the other one. 1 through 50, if you'll start right now. And then whoever wins, I will send this to you.
and while you're watching the numbers, I just wanted to talk about your tarot class. I think it's awesome you're doing it, like repeating it 3 times in a week and hitting different, for people in different time zones, or if you work during the day and you got to wait till the weekend.
Well, Cam Wong got it. I got it. Cam Wong, Kamwong.
Cam.
Send me your information right now, because like I said, this one last week was unclaimed. So Cam, Kamwong, you are the one who won that one.
Email Johnny at TarotsApprentice@gmail.com.
Please and thank you. Right now. Do it right now. All right. Adrian, do you have any announcements?
Probably. We will be live Tuesday night with Tony on Tony's channel, Shining Hawk Healing. We are talking about new healing modalities She's got freaking fantastic questions. So check this out. That'll be 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central. And then the week after that, doing another live sound session. I have no idea if it's going to be on my channel or Tony's. We will figure it out and let you know. And we will have Tony, myself, and Lauren Margulies is going to come join us and play.
Nice.
Nice live chakra healing drum session for all of you. And that's going to be Monday the 29th.
A week from tomorrow on the 22nd, Monday at 10 a.m. Central, I'll be with Jody Roberts doing Sacred Sounds of Coffee. Thank you once again, Adrian, for introducing us in our community to her.
Absolutely.
We got a regular once a month gig.
That's my mama's sister friend from another mister.
And Becca Sue, do you have any announcements? Okay, so I had actually Jody's words came out. Well, not Jody's words, but she came to mind in a reading that I was doing yesterday. When I played the singing bowl, person on the other end says, "Oh, it's talking," and I was like, "Oh, that's Jody's voice coming out," because I've never heard another person say it until yesterday, and it was like, "Huh, they don't say nothing to me, but I don't really need them." Just boom. As soon as I hit it, they were like, "Oh, it's talking," and I was like, "Okay." So, because I didn't doubt it, it's just, because I sit here with my ink and paper cards and say, "Oh, I hear" all the time. So it's not like I thought it was a made up thing. It just wasn't happening to me. But it was interesting when it happened to somebody else. And so I just found that interesting. Thought I'd share.
I'm glad you shared.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay. To all those who leave questions, thank you very much. To those who, let me say this, just as I'm trying to beat up on nobody or nothing like that. But if you are of a sensitive nature and you get bent out of shape that we don't read your question, please stop leaving questions, because there are like 150 of them. And so there's only 2 hours. We're not going to be here forever. And so it's like we can't get to all of them. I wrote as many down front to back as I possibly could. And so we're obviously not going to get to all of them. So those people who say, "I've asked this 9 times, stop asking it. Just so you don't get upset and I don't get slick with the words, because you know how I do. So let's see where we're going to start.
Sometimes, if I could just add to that, sometimes I skip your question because we've already done it like a week or 2 ago. So go catch up on videos and you'll see why I skipped it.
You miss a day, you miss a mile around here. Well, let's start with the funny, not funny.
Because I'm funny, not funny. I'm looking at that 18-foot giraffe behind Becca. And I'm like, I just want to get on top and be like, "Yum, mule, yum." Everything out of me is just like, and you probably shouldn't say you want. I'm sorry. Yes, he's just so awesome. I'm like, I want him for my house. Can you steal him and bring him home and then ship him? Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you for letting me get that out. Better.
Becca said the cabin in the woods. Ain't no serial killers around there, is it? Just
Hope not.
So, the funny, not funny. What is going to be the next Quackernon conspiracy? We were just dealing with John F. Kennedy was on his return to declare Donald Trump the winner of the presidency. So what is the next thing? The Wheel of Fortune fell out. Okay, so what's the next conspiracy?
If you missed the SNL opening last night making fun of Ted Cruz and his attack on Big Bird, it was hysterical. And they were talking about taking a bath in borax. No, purely for entertainment purposes. Only YouTube, we do not condone taking a bath in borax.
Thank you, Cam.
You want to talk about the itchy scratchies? Good night. Crotch crickets. God. No.
We'll also get rid of your VD while you're at it.
And get rid of the whole V or D at the same time.
Just kidding, YouTube. Don't try that for a cure.
Burns just thinking about it.
Burn your little thing off to where you don't have sex anymore.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, it would hurt, but it would help at the same time. We don't need no more of them running around.
But who though? Who? Oh. Okay. Well, interesting. That's okay. Let me try to make more sense out of this. Or maybe I should have stuck with my initial throw. It's coming.
Becca, what you get? Since you're ready already.
They're going to spike your weed with vaccines.
See, okay.
Don't smoke weed, it's spiked.
Okay, okay. Because I'm like, there's something in the ground that's coming out of the ground that's okay. That makes sense.
I can get with that too, because it's gonna cause a lot of mental angst and anguish, if they will. Lots of conflict with the professional partakers, if you will. So that's gonna kind of try to get them over to their side. And yet, it's a big secret that and it's from the government. The government's in on it. They're the ones doing it. They're spiking. Yeah, and you're not gonna be happy about it. Yeah, I could see that.
Gosh.
These people.
Okay. What you get, Gia?
Well, I get Trump's going to talk about how your dog ate the ballots. and now it's, you got to move and like, here's the charity card. Go to the kennel, rescue you a new dog.
Oh, dear God.
And if you get a pet, put a little hoodie on it. Put a little hood on it. Make sure it's a KKK pet. From the kennel.
I ain't fooling with you.
I ain't fooling with this deck. I'm getting another deck. That's the deck you gave me, Johnny.
That's why it's petty.
It got real petty real fast.
It's full of all that energy. There's something in the ground. World card, Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is physical. It's also earthy. There's something in the ground that it's being manipulated somehow, some way. Also, there's someone technically in the ground that is also going to make another return. So we got Six of Swords, Chariot. There's somebody else about to make a return, and not only making a return, but they're about to start working for either Trump's campaign or maybe their side or whatever.
Because I got Six of Swords too, and it was like lined up with the justice. So I was like, I wonder if they're thinking like a former Supreme Court justice is going to come back.
Oh,
From the dead.
That's yeah. I was like, But then I liked Becca's marijuana better, so I went with Becca.
Let's one up them and tell them RBG's coming back.
I don't know. But I mean, she would be on their side, just like Kennedy. Because when you're a zombie, your brains no longer work.
She's been to the other side. She's been in the light, so she sees the truth now.
So, okay. This leads to the next question. How will the GOP combat the Quackernons, if at all? Will they?
Or will they?
Well, there.
Or not? There we go.
Ooh, they're anxious about him. I would be too, because you get death threats every time you go against them.
These people is nuts.
They're not going to. It's too. This is what I'm getting. It's too. First off, it just. I didn't even need to pull any more cards because of the fact that it started off with the Two of Swords. They don't want to. They're incapable of. And they're also stuck. This is their challenge. Eight of Swords. They have gotten themselves between a rock and a hard place because these people help that when they come up with these new crazy ideas and they share them across the entire GOP, that kind of gives it allows the GOP to kind of keep holding on to their members. Otherwise, I think they would have fled a while ago, or a lot of them would have fled a while ago. So they have kind of created this whole thing. Also, too, money. There's too much dark money involved. I mean, the fact that MTG just got like $50,000 again, come on, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. What's very interesting, though, is in the environment, there is going to be a change of perspective. I don't think it's going to be a big old one. Why? Because, again, in their word of warning is Mr. Orange Turd himself still kind of holding the key. And the outcome card was perfect with the Knight of Wands acting, just moving in with this action. They're not going to change. Why? Primarily because, again, there's too much money involved. And every time they come up with some crazy JFK, RBG coming back from the grave, you're going to spike your weed, it keeps the hold that some of them have in the Republican Party.
Yeah, I get they're already having meetings about it and talking about, how much strength do they have, because it's kind of surprising them structurally within the party, and how easily manipulated they are and how connected on the internet and everything. I get the Republicans that sided with Nancy in the House recently in secret are getting a lot of communication threatening and burdening them. So probably death threats, that kind of thing, bullying, and sneaky things. So what I get is they just hope that they lose in elections, because they're confused and they don't know how to do anything about them. They just hope they lose. So like the MTGs and stuff, they just hope they don't get reelected.
I get that there's a woman that knows how to guide them in a new direction to return them to success. So I don't know who that is. I don't know if it's a Cheney because she's been bastardized by the, but I get that it's a woman that knows how to be successful and return them to that. So
Patsy Cline. That's who it is. So I get there is some here with the Six of Cups. This is your innocence, but this is also your small children or your small group or something small. There's also a nostalgia trying to go back to the way the GOP probably used to be. They think that they do have some new plans in motion with the Empress here, that they're trying to birth some new things or put forth some new ideas, or maybe even try to quarter off some of that type of thing. But as Adrian said, I don't think they're actually going to, because I don't think they can. This got away from them. The Knight of Swords, the energy is way too chaotic, is way too erratic. Six of Pentacles, this is what you're going to have to deal with from now on, because this is all you're going to get. What you have to do now is do your regular GOP manipulation, like you tried to do in every other election. Keep the ones out that you want out, and then put the ones in that you want in. But if you do not do that, that Knight of Swords, they will overtake you. And this will be what you are known as, just as you were for the past 4 years. You were known as the Trumpian Party, whether you wanted to be or not. And then all of the ones who wanted to speak out against him no longer have jobs.
Can you imagine every time we have a presidential election, we're going to have a January 6th?
Yeah.
It's basically what's going to happen. Every 4 years, we're going to have a January 6th.
Even if it's unless it's one of their own, even if it's a GOPer, there's still going to be, there's a potential for that. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Unless they start putting people away for more than 4 years that they've indicted from January 6th.
And let me tell you, if I have to go on another lockdown because them fools want to come up here and do some frackle knackle, no, thank you. Please don't. Just keep that in your hometown.
I have one Trump question, so I think that's a good
So this
thing.
is it, guys. If you wanted a Trump question, this is your one.
And it's sort of him. Ann Coulter said he's stupid, which, pot and kettle. And then Chris Christie, in his book, they're throwing the excerpt around that Donald Trump called him while he was in the hospital, saying, "Are you going to say you got it from me?" Because he had the coves. And so Mitch McConnell also has now said what we need to do is focus on the future and not Donald Trump, which is, he didn't say that we're not going to support him if he runs again. But what he is throwing out, that little dog whistle, is, hey, we need to focus on the future and not Donald Trump. So is the GOP starting to publicly turn on the orange one? It only took him 5 years. Well, 8, if you count all the time he was running for president. I get yes. There's Mitch McConnell there in the middle. And here in the government, there are some secret talks. Right now, it's still behind the scenes. So they're still doing some chitting and chatting behind the scenes about the structure of their party and the values of their party, one of those type of deals. And then there is some illumination upon a new leader. So it's they want somebody else to come forward. Don't know who, possibly Pence or whoever toes the line with them. But I get, yes, they are starting to turn the page, because 2024 is not that far away. I mean, it's a week and a half. It'll be Thanksgiving. So, I mean, that stuff turns just like that. Mm-hmm. A month and a half, it'll be New Year's. So, they're already planning. They have to. So what y'all get? What you get, Adrian?
Ooh. Well, I'm going to try to spin this positively. I don't know if I can. I mean, it starts off with the devil himself. They know it's bad. They know it's bad. I mean, water's wet. Ray Charles, who is both dead and blind, can see that this is there and it's bad. And they realize too, but I keep hearing is they're in a dire situation of their own making. Okay, because their challenge is this King of Wands. How do we move forward? How do we get these actions? Who's, like Johnny was saying, who's going to support us? Who can we put forth to help get us out of this? What I find is so funny is that in the recent past, they have been pumped with so much money, so much of this dark money, the Ace of Pentacles. But they want to hold on, and they want to hold on, but they know that that's going to be their own undoing. There's some of them who just mentally are so wrapped around Trump's finger they can't move forward. With the 8 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles, they just know they still have too many loyalists. So some of them will speak out, but you still have too many loyalists, and it's a big burden. It is a huge, huge burden. What I think is very interesting, though, is that I get what Johnny's saying, and the environment is the 7 of Swords. They're trying to pull somebody new. They're trying to find somebody new. Their hopes and fears, though, and the word of warning is, I don't think they're going to be with the Ace of Wands. I don't think they're going to be, because the outcome, I can't script this. This was the outcome card, the Emperor, and it actually is Trump. this is the outcome.
In his bathrobe with money at his feet, staring at himself.
You can't make this up. The deck picked this deck said you're reading, and when you start off with the devil and end with Trump himself, I don't know what else to say. And I kept looking. I was like, is this Steve Bannon? Because it looks like Bannon, but it's not. But
that's so funny because when I did a video channeling Marjorie Merriweather Post, I did an addendum 5-minute video, and because she was still hanging around telling me stuff, and she was talking about that he disgusted her. He walked around in a bathrobe hanging open all the time, like when he was in private quarters looking like a slob. So that's exactly what I imagined. There he is, Marjorie.
Yeah. So I that's what I get.
Well, there's McConnell with his cold dead hands bringing change in. So in the GOP, they're definitely trying to stand on a higher moral authority than Trump. And you can't go any lower. So come on, you get to take a step up. And they see, justice coming in with all these investigations. So they are trying to give birth to something new and trying to, they know justice is going after the people connected tightly with Trump. So they think those people connected tightly with Trump are going to be out in the cold. And they've gotten a lot of attention on this. But through the investigations, they're going to be out. So, they are looking for somebody new because they are very burdened. Somebody new that will take them to higher ground. And I get they're working with donors also to try to come up with someone that America would like. The other thing I'm getting is some investigation on COVID is going to cause a whole bunch of chaos for the Republican Party. So something else is going to come out about Trump and COVID. That's,
there's a podcast. Which one is it? I want to say it is The Daily, maybe, that we're just talking about that how they're going back and looking even deeper at how the Trump administration just flat out
killed people.
But particularly because they didn't like what they heard. It had nothing to do with competing opinions. He didn't like what he heard. So he forced his administration to do XYZ element of P, and they're like investigating it and they're trying to get it done sooner rather than later. Awesome. I think you're right on with that, Jen.
Wow.
I get that there's some sort of marketing university behind an effort to isolate. So I don't know if that's like a think tank or one of these uppity institutions that they use to test the waters to get a better understanding, but it's like they're trying to isolate. So that's what I get.
So this is not necessarily a Trumpian question, but it's still in his atmosphere. There are 4 people, one name that they wrote the article about, Matt Tunstall. He was a person, he has now been indicted. He has raised money for Trumpian super PACs and things of that nature. And he has raised over $3.5 million for the PACs around the country, for Republican PACs that support Donald Trump. They have shelled out a total of $19 total out of the $3.5 million, $19 total. So since he is now being brought up on fraud and all that good stuff, what is going to happen to Matt Tunstall? And it's not just him, it's 4 people total, I believe, but he was the one that's the ringleader. 3.
Ooh, nervous. Wrapping his pants, as Becca says. Yeah, where are you hiding that money overseas?
Lord.
He gonna have to cough something up. I don't know if it's monies. He may have to snitch a little bit more. He's already working on his strategy, trying to figure out how he's going to get himself out of this, how his lawyers can get him out of it with the 7 of swords. However, his challenge is like the 8 of pentacles. Money. Is the challenge what he did with the money, why the money. Also, too, he can't fight this because they've got too much on him. He wants so badly to get out of this, so badly. At the base of this is the 8 of cups. And the Queen of Wands. So there's more that's going to come out because there's more information that has not been shared yet. It's just what I keep getting. In the here and now is he's gonna, like I said, I think he may snitch. There's more that he's gonna have to tell. He's gonna share the 6 of Pentacles, sharing of time, money, resources. Get in his emotions. His poor baby. He wants to get out of this so bad, but it's not gonna happen. I got King of Wands in the environment, 6 of Wands, victory in the here and now. I was a little nervous. Is he going to get out of this? The outcome is the Page of Wands. I pulled some clarifiers with Temperance, 4 Pentacles, and King of Pentacles. I think I don't see jail time, but I see he may give up something to get something, is what I'm getting. Like, I think he may snitch a little to kind of help paint a bigger picture. Like, I'll tell you this to show I just took a little bit of money. Let me show you where the actual bigger fish are. Go after them and leave me alone.
Yeah, he's crapping his pants. He has got the tower on him. They are going to lower the boom on him big time. And I get like, where are you hanging on to your money overseas? Which bank's it in? Let's charge in there and investigate that. They're going to burden the crap out of him and string him up by his heels, or as Johnny says, sacrifice him. He's they're looking into all the donors, the donor list, all the details of the donors, like who are the donors and what they give and everything. So I get like detailed investigation on this. There's like secret books on the donors. There's something really hidden on the donor list. I get he's probably going to jail. Very strong chance of that, getting put behind some bars. But there is an offer coming. There is an opportunity coming for him. So he may be given the opportunity. Thank you, Patty. To open his mouth up and talk to him a little bit and do some betrayal. And I get that he'll talk about who came up with the plan.
I get bankruptcy. He snitches, and it ends with child, which is innocent. I don't get jail or anything. I get bankruptcy, snitching, and then he changes something, and then he's innocent.
Going after somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I get 2 of Wands and the strength in the beginning. There is a lot still yet to come. This case is actually very strong. There is some snitching. The Ace of Swords and the Tower. There's extreme revelations. Like, this is bigger than just the 3 of them. This is a lot more, because it ends in the 10 of Cups. This is a network of some sort. Because, mind you, you were getting money from somebody to give money to somebody, even if it was just yourself. So there was some other little network. There's a bank account. There's a this account. There's a few things other than just few people. I get jailed. There's some heavy time here with the 10 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. There's something heavy coming down upon him. And there is some other person here that also gets heavy time. There's a lot of ruin. There's an end to a scheme here with the Devil and the 10 of Swords, but there's a lot of ruin for all of you. A lot. Like this is like literally one of them things that screwed up the rest of your life type thing. Like, so congratulations.
You know why? Like,
Was it worth it?
Wasn't worth it.
Play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Did you think nobody was gonna find out?
That's my thing always. Like, did you think you were going to get away with this forever? I mean, they caught Steve Bannon doing the same thing, raising money in the name of Donald Trump. Of course, they're going to catch you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
And grifting like Donald Trump does. You know, they just played the same game. They got caught. Bannon just happened to have Trump still there to pardon him.
Right.
well, speaking of a candidate for the Oil of Olay commercials, Steve Bannon. What is next for him? Because he has been brought up on charges and indicted and blah blah blah, and he is supposed to be turning himself in. What's next?
I'll believe that one when I see it.
As they said on SNL last night, if he got life in prison, that would only be a couple of years because he looks like he's only got a couple of years left.
And he's supposed to be the superior one.
Looked like he just crawled out of the lagoon.
Ugh. There are leprosy colonies that had better inhabitants than
I
Steve
mean,
Bannon.
get him out of here. He makes us look bad. What is that?
Wow.
That child.
I made a leprosy joke. I'm so sorry, Lord.
He need a chemical peel though.
I mean, to the parents of him and also Stephen Miller, we're so sorry.
They should be sorry
They
for
should
bringing
be
it in this
sorry.
world.
As Blanche Devereaux says, I curse the day your daddy laid down with your mammy.
Mm.
My cards are very snarky tonight. I blame you all. They don't normally come with this much pepper. Good night. Good. I mean, for real though?
Thank you, Lee.
Hey, Lee.
I'm sorry I'm so quiet, but I'm munching on Ghirardelli's.
I was gonna ask if those were the Linder ones with the creamy insides. I love those.
This one has white chocolate caramel, milk chocolate caramel, and dark chocolate sea salt caramel. So sorry, guys.
When you bite into it, the caramel just oh my god. So yummy. So yummy. Yeah, it's not a good look for Mr. Bannon. Starts off with the tower crossed by the page of cups. It's going to explode, and it's going to be super emotional. Here's the thing that's going to be interesting though. At the basic, at the Herman, at the crown, I get the magician. Like I couldn't remember the card. I could have just seen it if I held it up to the camera. I don't know why I didn't do that. This is just feeling foreboding. He's going to do everything he can to try to avoid jail time, but I just don't see it happening. He's going to defend. He's on the defense right now. I mean, you kind of didn't show. He is the definition of F around and find out. He effed around and now he's finding out. In the emotions is the devil. He wants to do his old things. He wants to call his old friends, be himself. And I think he doesn't realize being himself is what got him in the predicament to begin with. Okay. In the environment, the fool. So again, I think he's going to go for a little trip to the penitentiary, starting off on this new thing. He needs to watch out though, because again, in his word of warning is this Ace of Wands. I would be very careful, Mr. Bannon, how you proceed going forward. My outcome was the moon, and I was like, okay, there's some I'm not supposed to know yet. Tarot, I'm nosy. Can you please tell me? So I pulled some clarifiers. Why I was laughing so hard is I get Queen of Cups, 10 of Wands, and 4 of Wands. He is going to jail, and he is going to be the queen of his sale block. He's going to have a new prison community, because for me, Four of Wands is like that whole community. It's going to be burdensome, and he's going to be Big Bertha of the cell block. I'm sorry, but
go ahead and tattoo Trump on your back. It's like Roger Stone and Nixon. Just go ahead.
Because you effed around and now you're finding out. You effed around and you're finding out.
I get he's got this winning at all cost mentality, and doesn't that look like him, like just smug and a bully and just, like I could care less attitude. He's got choices to make right now because he's got Nancy in the house, sitting on him, but he's so smug. He's trying to figure out how to move forward. I get he'll lie, he'll create chaos, there'll be another action taken against him, he'll get sacrificed again. So another grift, something about money that he took that they're going to look into. So there's another grift besides, trying to build a wall fund. And I get ultimately a surprise on Trump that he might whistleblow on him. He's like, he knows, like, he is stuck and bound this time to it. He might whistleblow to investigators. So I don't know. He's not liking what's going on with the courts and everything, but I get he might do a betrayal and backstab. And talk, blab.
I can see that, because if we think he's going to go to prison for Trump, everybody's a fool. He's not going to do that.
I get that arguing the results, arguing about mail or documents, but ultimately it just results in him just losing, like ruin here. So that's what I get.
Thank you, Prairie. By the way, the yacht that he was arrested on, the Chinese billionaire that ran from China was in the yacht that he was arrested on, is up for sale for $22 million. Or 29 million. Sorry, if anybody's interested in a corrupt yacht.
In a criminal's boat. Knight of Cups and the Hangman, he's still trying to resist a little bit, or trying to, this may be just putting up a front. However, though, with the Hangman and the Knight of Cups, as I said, this is the false knight because it doesn't actually do anything. It's just chatter. So he may be trying to put up a front, as is he still has cards to play, because mind you, yes, he's arrested and all that good stuff, but he does not still have to testify. That doesn't mean he has to testify. It just means you ignored our subpoena, therefore we're coming to get you. But there is some knowledge, and they are going to try to make an example out of that ass. So you do have the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Swords. So he is worried because Corey Lewandowski thumbed his nose at the Democrats and got nothing. And then he tried to do it and then got everything. So it's like, okay, are they actually serious, or are they just serious right now? So there's the King of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. There is something to offer on a communication level with the Page of Wands. This is not in front. This is not in person. This is not the Eight of Wands. So this is not direct communication. The Page of Wands to me is, as I call it, the town crier. This is the person who brings forth information. So it's kind of like, I can email you, or I can text you, or I can write you something, or whatever the case may be. Because but he is still going to be under strain, a lot of strain, with the Nine of Wands, and it's going to stay that way. There's also going to be more investigation into him. This is one of these situations where he did literally make things worse. And so all you really needed to do is go in and give him some BS answers. Talk to Bill Barr, see how he does it. But I mean, Steve Bannon's not stupid. So you know how to give politically, skirting answers. What is your name? Well, my name is the thing my mother gave me. That type. You can skirt around an answer, but he didn't do that. Instead, he wanted to, try to throw a wrench in the Three of Swords and the Temperance. He tried to throw a wrench in the merrymaking. But I want them to keep pushing, though. Don't stop now.
Johnny, did they subpoena him as well, not just to come in to speak to Congress, but to produce documents? Is that correct, or am I confusing him with someone else?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I just know they wanted to talk to him. I don't know if they needed him to produce something, but at the same time, he does have something to produce. So, but okay, here's my question. Every time I talk loud, the singing bowls go off. Why did he admit to helping organize this in the first place? Did he think somebody said hieroglyphic says yes on the document?
Yes, they're supposed to wait till you stop talking to say that. Yeah.
Say the question again.
Yeah.
Why did he admit to helping organize the riot in the first place?
Yeah, it's probably a little of that Trumpian say the light out loud often enough and it's no big deal.
Thought he was going to be able to get away with it. It didn't matter.
Just becomes a accepted fact, so to speak.
It's like everybody doesn't have Trump's luck, though.
Yeah.
And this seems to be the common example throughout his whole presidency that nobody seemed to understand. That's why I said the Medusa thing. Like, everybody got close to him and they failed, not him. You don't have his luck. Like, you should have known that from the beginning, but
You need to go see an astrologer and see. You don't have it in your chart.
I mean,
Your life is a perpetual Mercury retrograde. Don't you mess around. You know, and
It's
think you got the same luck as this man.
You got arrested at sea by the Postal Service.
Bad luck.
that's sad. Funny and sad.
Package delivery, and here's some handcuffs.
Carmaine forgot she's just a little busy right now.
We have to go out there on the ocean to find you, but we got you.
I get because he thought he was going to get away with it. He really thought he thought it was going to be more successful than it was, and he thought he was going to get away with it. Started with the Nine of Pentacles. This man thinks he can get away and do anything he wants. He just lives in that facade. This challenge, though, actually is the Six of Wands being victorious. I also heard when I got this card too, was they just thought they were going to get away with it. They thought that the Six was actually going to do something more than what it did. So he wanted to take claim. He's just that arrogant. He also, I got in the base, the Empress is starting something new, and the Queen of Pentacles in the crown. He wanted, this is also about money. There was something too, he wanted to maybe take the fame for this happening. Like, if I can claim this, I can get more of this, I can get more of that. I can be the big boy. Because, you know, he's Steve Bannon. It's always about him. So it was more of a reflection of what he can get away with and what he can do. And he also knew that, I mean, everybody else is taking claim for it. I'm just going to be another voice in this sea of voices of people who were there, people who claimed they had something to do with it. But the problem is they came after you because you opened your mouth and you've cut records, you idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Stop. Keep your mouth shut. Go sit down somewhere and keep running Breitbart. Do something. Be fat and ugly. I don't know. Just do what you're doing. It's just, oh God, get on my nerves. What you got, Jen?
I got death card on the bottom, so like he thought he could change this, transform it. Like, this is a really transformative death card, like getting ready to rise up. He thought he could, you know, change this and spin it, is what I'm getting. The world card, completion, but then he like got the zoomies, like this cat zooming around. You know, it's like, let's just take it off in another direction here. He's, you know, he felt supported to do this, so someone somewhere supported him, and you know, there's the emperor, the boss, sitting smugly on the throne. So I think Trump knew he was going to do this. Ten of Earth, donors and money and everybody in with it too. I don't know. It's like it was a manipulation. It was a part of the work that he was setting out to do. So I get the feeling like it's all tied up together with a whole group of people. Like, he's already got it upset, and he's just playing with fires. Ultimately, the problem. Thank you, Joanne, and thank you, Caroline.
Joanne and Caroline for super chats.
He's just playing with fire. And I can't use this card deck again. It's hard for me to see the names.
I was wondering because I seen you was looking.
I was like, and I've got my new glasses on. I'm like, dang, I can't see them. It's too dark in here. I got to get a.
She using dark cards. That's what that is.
I get that there's like, why did he take credit for it? There's an opportunity to lie for a woman to cause delays and grow problems. I don't know who that woman is, but I wouldn't think that he would try to cover for like an MTG or a Bobert or something, but I got woman right in the middle. So unless it's a different woman.
Could it be RM, Miss Mercer?
Maybe opportunity to lie.
Mm-hmm.
A woman that's an enemy blocks and delays, but then there's growth here.
It could tie into the donor women too.
Yeah.
So it's about a woman in the middle. So
thank you, Prairie.
Thank you, Prairie.
He's going to learn to make whiskey in his jail cell toilet. I cannot fool with you.
It's a lot easier to make vodka than whiskey, though. Don't ask me how I know. Just trust me. It's easier to make jail vodka than jail whiskey.
So Deb Z said something, and that's what I got. He wants to be the new Rush Limbaugh. He wants to be a voice out there of the conservative movement, their version of the conservative movement. He wants to be more important. And just like Adrian said, my first card, 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. He thought he can get away with this. I mean, I can admit to this, big deal. Like, what are they going to do to me? And so he thought he was secure. He thought he was fine with this. But as time and history has now told you, no. So good for you. You played yourself. Now,
It gives new meaning to moonshine. Therese.
What's the other fool's name?
Whiskey.
Mark Meadows. Adam Schiff says that he is going to basically follow suit with Bannon and also be charged and blah, blah, blah. Is that true? Are they going to go after him too?
He needs to be.
Say what Mark Meadows said again. He said that what?
Adam Schiff said
Adam Schiff said
that Mark Meadows is going to basically be charged like Steve Bannon because he ignored subpoenas as well.
Need to get them all.
Every last one of them.
They're so stupid. Like, if they wanted to wait to see how Trump's thing in the court plays out, they should go and just say, I've got executive privilege and say nothing, but show up. So at least they're not in contempt of Congress.
Right.
So stupid.
Plead the fifth. Do something. Just show up. Sorry, cards flew out in my face, so I got to reshuffle. And those 3 cards didn't make any sense. So.
Thank you, Lisa, for reposting the questions in chat. I love it when she does that.
Thank you, Lisa.
Helps the late arrivers.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary.
My roommate from Sedona.
Yeah, I don't even need to pull anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. The sun, absolutely, positively, in illumination. He's going to be struggling with the 5 of Pentacles, and it's going to cause a lot of conflict and internal turmoil for him with the 5 of Wands. I kept pulling cards, but they just keep confirming and getting worse. Yep. Something you did in the past coming to fruition. And trying to milk this and change it with the Magician because he didn't want to show up. It's not a good look. I think, they're going to come for that behind.
Spirit's got a sense of humor off of a joke Adrian told a minute ago. I get, yep, he's going to jail. It's like their support to put him away. He's going to lose. Time's up. Yes, they're going to take an action. He's going to be making whiskey in the toilet. Yeah, that's my making license plate card. He's going to be making whiskey, a liquid. They're going after him. What'd you get, Becca? Thank you, Monique.
I got several investigations that there's pain and punishment coming his way. So suffering. So I would say yes. Hey.
I get yes. There is some sort of. It's almost kind of okay. Start at the beginning. Stop jumping ahead. So there's the King of Swords and the Ace of Wands. There's yes there. There's something about investigators and law enforcement or something like that. That yes. And then there's the Seven of Wands and the Sun. There's defending against illumination, defending against something being made clear, also defending against the success of this law enforcement. I would love to see you resist arrest. Go right ahead. But that's not what that says. It's just what I'm saying. But there's also something about a really large fine. The Nine of Pentacles and that Ace of Wands that could be, because they can face up to a year in jail and what is it, $100,000 fine or something like that. So there is something to that effect to where they are going to try to press for full punishment for whatever reason. Against
Bannon, they're looking at 2 years.
Good. Okay.
Which
Back
is a life sentence.
Couldn't happen to better people.
Back to the petty.
And we haven't been petty yet.
Ours sure have been. Good Lord.
Deeper in the petty. I'll bring my cauldron in for this one. Jenna Ryan is a lady of privilege. She says she is basically the person who can do whatever she wants to in this world because she is white, she's got blonde hair, blue eyes, and she's not poor. So she basically can do whatever she wants.
And she took a private jet to an insurrection.
She took a private jet to the riot. And she said she was not going to jail. Homegirl just got 60 days in jail. And she did say, to her slight credit, that she does realize that this was not for the greater good of the country. This was to stroke Donald Trump's ego. Which leads me to say, how did you become so successful without knowing that first? But anyway, so how does she feel now? I'm just complete petty.
She made some other comment too, like, well, y'all, I am going to jail after she got sentenced. I am going to jail, but she was blaming somebody else that I can't remember, like blaming the liberals or something, or the judges.
She was blaming Twitter. That she's going to jail because it's like you posted your crimes on Twitter.
I mean,
for everybody to see, it's Twitter's fault. We all ganged up on you, so you got to.
And Instagram. There's Instagram pictures of her getting in the private jet. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you want us to do?
Blame yourself. You're the one put it up there. You busy heifer. What you want us to do?
So what's the question, Johnny?
How does she feel? Because I just want to be petty, and you said you wasn't going to jail, and now your behind is in jail. So
another prime example of messing around and finding out.
Yes.
But I would be proud to say, if we're the fault on Twitter, thank you, Tara, for getting her locked up. Then yes,
Yeah.
We did our jobs.
I'm gonna do an oracle card for you because why not?
Jenna Ryan.
No, Paulette, our questions are pre-selected already.
We post on our community tab for newcomers, usually on Saturday, the day before.
Oh, Jesus.
She is nostalgic. I wish I could go back and change me going and doing, because now I know my I want to go back to the days when me being a pretty blonde rich woman was all I needed to get through. That's not happening anymore, boo boo kitty. Yeah, because she feels burdened. She knows she's screwed up, and also too, it's going to impact her. She's already feeling the financial impacts, because that's also her challenge too, with the 9 of Pentacles as well. She knows she screwed the pooch. She knows that judgment came for that behind. But she's nostalgic. Why can't I just go? She feels like you said, the liberals have changed everything. Why can't I just go back to the days when just being pretty rich and white was enough?
Sorry.
I get she feels stabbed in the back. She sees it as corruption in the court systems here, and Tower came on her and took her out. She's blaming Biden, and she thought she was going to get away with it, and oh no, the courts came in and said no, you're not getting away with it. I actually get she's feeling pretty secure right now in all of her elitism, and I get that she may have a little different perspective when she comes out, that she might have a little bit of a different perspective after she spent 60 days in. But I don't imagine 60 days would make a big difference in her.
Isn't that a show on A&E? 60 days or something like that? 60 days in?
I don't know.
I think that's a show on A&E. I'm pretty sure it is. She finding out. She gonna find out for sure.
I get that she's incredibly depressed and ruined. I don't know if she worked in real estate, but that's done. If her work here with Fox was in real estate with House, it's done. You're ruined.
She was a realtor, Becca.
She was a realtor. Well,
realtor.
Yeah, fucking ruined it. Sorry, Johnny, you ruined it. It's done. It closes. Working in real estate closes. If this is comfort, you're done. You're not comfortable anymore. You
think I want her in here selling my house after what she did to our Capitol house? No.
Yeah. So it's like, so it's telling me that she's very depressed and feeling perhaps very ruined because of what she did for work. So it's not just impacting her, but her working from home, working on real estate is done. Her comfort is done. Have fun getting more private jets when you can't even sell a pack of gum on the street corner.
Another thing too, that's a felony conviction, is it not?
Is it a felony or did she get a misdemeanor?
Because if it's a felony, she went to prison, not jail.
She went to prison, and it was a federal crime. So
she does have a felony now?
Is it a felony? Because I just literally Googled, can you be a realtor with a felony? And most states is like, not really, or you can, but it's extremely difficult. A lot of brokers won't. One is even saying a lot of brokerage firms do not want to deal with realtors who have felonies.
Peggy Breen, federal offense, never get another license in any state.
Well, she done ruined her job. No more selling houses for you. I mean, like if you were selling, I don't know what kind of homes she was selling, but if you would think that she's selling pretty high up their homes for her and her friends to be able to get a private jet to go participate in a coup d'etat, so you done screwed up, girlfriend. You done screwed up.
It says she's preparing for prison by watching YouTube. Hope you're watching us, Jenna.
And then what, pray tell, YouTube videos are you watching? Like
the Kraken probably.
Maybe she's watching how to make toilet whiskey.
I get that she is depressed, suffering in silence, not really silence, because I also get that she's doing a lot of talking to somebody, a lot of complaining, a lot of, oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. Oh my God, that thing. Because the Valley girl is in jail, and oh my God, Thank you, life with Paul and Vivienne. In the meantime, she is very bored, though. I mean, what can you really do? It's not like she's going to go to the yard and get the yard body like most prisoners do. She's basically sitting in her cell. She's afraid. And here's the thing, though. When you are out here and you are accustomed to luxury and freedom, jail is the worst thing that you could possibly be in. And so they're going to give you clothes to wear that don't come from Gucci nor Prada. They're going to give you stuff to eat that don't come from the finest of restaurants. And they're going to give you a place to stay that has nothing to do with the Hilton. So
it's not the Ritz, baby. It's not the Ritz.
It's more than just time out. This is jail. So there's jail right there with your government systems and things. And she's doing a lot of prayer because she thinks that God hears her.
It is a Class B misdemeanor for parading and demonstrating in the Capitol building.
So she's in jail.
I don't know if that's federal or not.
Federal would be your felonies. Then she'd be in prison. And then she'd have that forever. Misdemeanor falls off, I think, after 6 years or something like that.
Yeah, that was 5.
But whatever. I just got that her real estate business is kaput.
I got something similar that her money is gonna be real funny for the rest of her life.
Should have thought about that. Or write Donald Trump a letter asking for bailout money.
Yep.
And then he writes you back, no habla inglés. So the Quackernon shaman, the DOJ wants him to get 4 years. Shall he get 4 years?
Are they going to feed him vegan food and organic for the next 4 years?
Rice.
So what's the question, Johnny, about the Quackernon shaman?
We get the 4 years. The DOJ wants to give him the 4 years. We'll get the 4. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Because you could have been at home just minding your own business.
You could have been in his mammy's basement playing Atari, like he had been doing.
Like he was doing the day before.
Living in his mama's house, wasn't he?
Yep, living in his mama's basement playing Atari.
He'll live with that mama forever when he gets out because he's going to have trouble getting a job.
Oh, they're upside down. Let's try this again. Oh, that's interesting. I think he's going to get some time. I think he'll probably get, if not the full 4 years, it's not going to be like, no, it's not going to be 2 or 1. This is it's 5 of Swords, how his start. This is what got you here to begin with, Boo-Boo Kitty. Okay. Your challenge, though, is they about to cook some up for you. They coming for that behind with the Empress. You're going to have to be juggling. And here's again, all the people who could have had your back, they're not there anymore. This isn't Barr. This isn't Trump. They lost. They can't have your back anymore. So you're gonna be juggling. You're spinning. They've got good evidence against you to begin with. Hence, throwing out 4 years. The 4 years was not an arbitrary number, Boo Boo Kitty. They didn't just come up with that off the top of their head. They had the evidence to prove it. This is what I thought was interesting. 6 of Wands reversed in the emotions. He knows that this is not going to. He's no longer the victor. Everything bad is starting to come and weigh down on him. And his environment is the Ace of Wands. So watching out for that new action. Your word of warning is the actual government, the Hierophant himself. It's showing up. And you are going to be betrayed. You're going to feel betrayed and heartbroken, but really you betrayed yourself. As Johnny always says, the 3 of Swords, this is you. It's from, the call came from inside the house.
Yeah, I get the court supports that the 4, put him away for 4, and that's going to hurt because he had choice. He had choice about what he did, and I get yes that this is his legacy. Yes, they'll give him 4. And I keep getting 4 here. They'll give him 4, but I get he might get out after 2 years, so maybe good behavior. What you get, Rebecca?
I get a yes. I get that it's solid, it's successful, and that's something that it's agreed upon. If he serves all 4, I don't know, but it says.
And all these judges have been saying you're not pushing for hard enough charges. Like they want to lock him up for more than that, I think.
Yeah.
They should. I mean, when have you seen this type of crime being committed before? Thank you, Prairie.
Thank you, Prairie.
He can grow organic mushrooms in his underwear. Oh, here we go. He can grow organic mushrooms in his underwear in a cell with Steve Bannon doing whiskey out of the toilet. Buffet.
They can make broth.
According to Stormy Daniels, Trump's got a little mushroom in his underwear too.
Oh God!
Maybe put him in the cell next to his shaman. And he's done.
He lost it.
He's done. He's completely done.
Adrian, you're muted. I'm having a whole email breakdown. What is coming out of your butts and guts for you to be able to grow mushrooms in your drawers? Mushrooms are a fungus. What is coming out of your butts and guts? Jesus Christ, on a cracker.
Organic material.
I need oxygen. I need oxygen, Jesus.
Oh, Lord, Prairie. Oh, bless you. Because
oh, Jesus.
To a whole new level. Don't look up gooch grease, please. Don't look up gooch grease. Don't. I'm sorry, Johnny. That slid out. I should not have said that. Please don't look it up. If you look it up, do not email me. Don't come for me. I didn't make it up. I don't make the news. I just
I got the eyeburns. Wait a
minute. I can't even drink my water. I'm so disgusted thinking about. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Fungus among us, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm sitting with my arms crossed. I'm so disgusted right now.
Somebody come tap on the cell. Hey, y'all got that broth? Yeah, we got it.
Breathe. My cheeks hurt.
Okay. What was the question? Did I pull cards? Yes, I did.
You hadn't gone yet, Johnny.
Okay, the cards are all discombobulated. Wait a minute.
You threw your glasses on him.
I had the eye burns. I couldn't see. Okay.
The shaman, is he getting his 4 years, Johnny?
I get the justice with 4 years with the 4 of Cups. This is actually not all they want to do, but for whatever reason, there's a parameter here. There's something about the moon and the Page of Cups. There could be some good behavior that is happening. And 1 year, 8 of Swords in the world, 1 cycle. So he may do a year, but gets the maximum sentence. Which, I mean, anyway. Speaking of jail, let's talk about it. Jesus Christ.
That's all we're going to be reading on for the next 2 years. Who's going to jail and how long?
Going to jail.
Thank you, Roberta.
Thank you, Roberta. I can't even stand to look at his face because I'm not a violent person at all, but he gives me violent intention. And so Jen texted a picture of him with the fake tears in court, and I deleted it from the thing because I cannot, like, it literally enrages me. I can't. Kyle Rittenhouse. Will he have no charges? What kind of charges will he get? Let me say that.
Will he get a guilty verdict?
Slap on the wrist. Will it be a mistrial, which is what they're kind of going for? I can't.
That judge is just.
That judge is. We got a question on him too.
Those big crocodile tears. Box of Kleenex right there. Never reached for him. Not a
The whole
not a wet
time.
thing on his face.
Was smirking throughout the whole trial, and then all of a sudden you want to cry when you get on the stand.
Well, he kept holding his breath, which made his face turn red. He was like,
They taught him how to do that backstage.
And didn't cry when he was testifying about taking their life. It always when it was about him is when that one little small tear that he had finally worked himself up to have come out of his eyeball.
he had to squeeze really hard to get something out.
And what was the point of the crying, though?
The sympathy.
Because, I mean, that doesn't really make you a sympathetic figure because you still shot people to death. So what's the point of the crying?
Yeah, I want to see his mom brought up on more charges because he was underage when she drove him there and left him there with an assault weapon. I'd like to see her brought up on charges.
Y'all, I hate to, I mean, water's wet, so I don't think I'm about to tell anybody this news or news that you don't know. I don't think there's going to be any. This is going to wrap up pretty quickly. The prosecution has already rested. I think the defense may try their case for a day or two, and they're going to be done. Because the challenge, again, for us is the Seven of Swords, just trickery, deceit. Also at the base of this is the Five of Swords. So I don't know how else to tell you that this is not going to play out. So don't be sad if this doesn't play out the way you want. Because again, you've got the Five of Swords at the base and the Wheel of Fortune at the crown. And then his outcome is the Ten of Pentacles, which is to me is like he's been supported. So I just don't see any charges. If there are, there may be a small financial restitution, but there's not going to be jail.
I asked about Kyle Rittenhouse. I asked if he would be found guilty. And it's telling me about his mom. Danger, a woman that's overbearing. I don't know how that answers the question. So I don't know if there's charges coming for the mom or if she's going to be in danger, but it's the mom that's showing up for his reading. So I don't know.
That's
Wonder
interesting.
if they're going to get death threats.
I've got her showing up in mine too, because I get something about offering up the loving cup, like that his mom sent him away, and there's some confusion around that, and that it was more of a choice that his mom made, and strength on him, like bullying him. Something I don't know why his mom's showing up.
He goes away unscathed is what I'm getting, but I could see the mom.
I get he's blocked by the judge, that he's secure. So I want to look at his mom, Johnny. Can we look at her? What'd you get?
I get Eight of Cups, walks away. Six of Swords, rough transition, but still transition. This is coming quickly. Knight of Swords, I think both sides have already rested. So yeah, I don't think anything happens. I think the Eight of Cups, he walks away because I think there might be a mistrial or whatever they call it. So
we just read on this last week, and we got last week that you guys were getting a mistrial. I was getting free and independent.
Yeah, I was getting something about a mistrial at maybe some civil cases, where he'll have to pay some money up.
Watching this go down. Now, keep in mind, I got my law degree from Matlock. But from what I watch, I can't see mistrial. This is going to textbook from a trial perspective. I think he's just going to get acquitted. But that's my personal opinion. And again, I got my law degree from Matlock.
So what you want to know? Ask about the mom.
Look at his mom. Like what's coming up for his mom? Thank you, Tim.
Welcome to the community, TM.
Maybe do like a general spread, I guess, on her.
I have to say, this week it's been interesting. That this past like 3 or 4 weeks, I've been doing more personal readings for men. You know how we only have about 8% of our followers are men? So I'm really excited. About 40% of my personal readings are men now. It's like, it's been so much fun. It reminded me when I saw Tim's name. Sorry.
I'll go get you some if you want.
What's going on with this mom? Yo, makes sense. Let the little white kid off and then go after the female.
His mother is a year younger than me. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
His mother is a year younger than me. I'm like,
Yeah. I see. I mean, let me hush. I mean, because she kind of aging like milk. Because I didn't know that.
she's 38, and I was like, in Mars.
When there's anti-gravity around.
I was feeling real particular kind of way about myself, but I'm gonna have to just be kinder to myself.
Uh-huh.
I don't look like no spring chicken, but I don't look like DEFCON 3.
This is weird. Like, she gets all bad cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand.
I get a mix though. I get a mix. What do y'all have? Because I'm trying to figure this out.
I get the Tower and the High Priestess. There is a lot of information about to come out that was some of this. I'm not going to say that what he did was pre-planned, but what they were doing was planned. There might be some sort of messages or something that comes out. And this may even be something that slips out, but it's a huge revelation about something secret, some sort of secret plan. It could also be maybe even to do with the corruption of the trial. If he does, let's say, for instance, for the sake of argument, he does skirt charges, there may be some sort of Casey Anthony type thing where they were trying to throw any kind of garbage against the wall. The juror said this, and that juror was on his phone playing Sudoku or whatever the hell. Let's get this all thrown out. There's some sort of plan there too. Here's a man with a lot of money that was also influential in their in particular case, which is more than likely donors for his defense fund. But there's a man here who donated a lot of money. There's some sort of bad news, impropriety, some sort of there's a hitch in that get along. There's a problem with that. Something was not done on the up and up for whatever reason. I don't know exactly what, because you can pay for anybody's defense you want to, but there's something wrong with the Nine of Pentacles, that big chunk of money from this one person.
And I'm wondering if he's young, because I get Page of Cups. He's got some kind of relationship or something with the mama too. That's how they got the money.
Oh.
That's okay. That's because I'm like this doesn't make sense. Okay.
But in the end, okay, so the fear is the Ace of Cups. There's some new revelation about new people. She wants, of course, the Ten of Pentacles to be secure. The word of warning, however, madam, is the King of Wands. There is a problem around a man. Some man is causing you issue. There's a man in the environment too. So there are 3 men here, or possibly 2, just showing up in 2 different places. But there's at least 2 men here, and there's some problems with both. Your word of solace, God answers all prayers, and sometimes the answer is no. So there's going to be some separation, some devastation, some heartbreak, betrayal. Betrayal does not come from thy enemies. It comes from thy friends. So it ends in the 5 of Swords. Something is going to be forced upon you. This is not over for you. Like, your little son can probably go and play his PlayStation 5 or whatever the hell after he just murdered people. But something for you does not end, like, at all. And I think it's because of the people you are surrounded by.
Who that man is. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Becca.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Adrian.
Nope. Go ahead.
Didn't Didn't weren't there pictures of him at a bar with a bunch of white supremacists throwing the white supremacist sign up, and the day after he got arrested or that week or something like that?
The Proud Boys.
The Proud, and there's
Oh, the Proud Boys.
They've got a definite connection to white supremacist groups. Like there's a group of them that's going to cause the mom problems.
Yep, because right now she's happy. She's about to be happy because she thinks her son's about to get off. But she's so short-sighted, she doesn't realize that her literal movement, that literally transporting her son across state lines to commit a crime, is going to come back to bite her. She's got to realize they like her son. He embodies everything that they want. They want the young white men that they can influence. They don't want her old 38 looking 49,000-year-old dinosaur behind. They want the son. They're going to let her fry. They're not after her. They want the boy. She needs to watch out because, again, those men that have the money. Thank you for helping me make sense of that, Johnny. Because I was like, what the?
Crossing a state line is a federal offense, so they might get her on something federal. They are returning to her again, big time. She's getting too much attention playing the victim. You know, and that's how she structured things and being all emotional and everything. But I get there's an investigation coming out on her, more illumination about people that she spent time with and training him, training her. This is a student card, a teacher card, training him. And I get like the court's going to move in on her. Somebody's going to betray her. I get on like within the networks. I feel like social media, something communication that she did. But yeah, she's going to get bullied and better lawyer up.
Can I ask a really stupid question? And if anybody knows, please let me know. Could the prosecutors have requested a different judge? Because clearly that judge he had already decided, I'm letting this kid off before anything.
Yes and
I
no.
was under the impression that prosecutors can request a different judge if there's
or they can go for a retrial.
Bias. This
They
is
just have to go for. Here's the problem, though, Becca. He is. As much as we don't like what he's doing, he's not outside of scope for what he's known to do. This is how he acts. I have some good friends from Kenosha, and they're like, as much as you want to hate him, he's done this in trials. This is just how he acts. He has been a judge for 50 years. He's been practicing law for 50 years. He has not changed. This is just how he is. So if he were acting extra special, then the prosecution could go, we want a mistrial, whatever. But this is just him.
And who knows, like what the other judges are like there. They may be even worse.
So I do have a question on him. We got a couple more questions on this topic. Is he on the up and up, as in he's not manipulating anything about the case, or not? Is he actually doing some manipulation? Is he on the take, or whatever the case may be? Is he doing something wrong? Is he doing something illegal? Or is he just standing out because everybody's looking at this case?
Yeah, and he likes the attention.
Because to us on the outside looking in, it looks like he's shady, but is he actually doing something wrong?
Using the prosecutors of making faces and stuff. It's like,
yeah, like, dude. You can't call them victims. When you kill somebody, they're victims. I mean,
I tell you, when he tried to talk about St. Paul in the Bible, I thought, you're somebody who never paid attention in Sunday school because you can't get the story out straight. Like, is he crooked or is he up on the up and up? Honest.
I may have to sit this one out because I'm a little too close to this. Because I know people who know him personally. So I feel like even I have the cards and I keep hearing my couple of my friends who live there and who know him personally in my head. So I think it's best I sit this one out.
I don't get illegal. I think he just makes himself look bad. Wheel of Fortune and the Two of Swords, which I don't quite get. He is not the type of person that needs to be on TV. That is for sure. But the Knight of Swords and the Sun, he's erratic and we see it. But erratic is not illegal. It ends in justice. Justice is fairness and balance and truth and all that stuff. But I mean, if it were different, I would say it was different. But I don't get that he's doing anything illegal. I just think he just says off the cuff really stupid things, and he looks like he's on the take, but I don't see it. Could be still, but I don't see it. I'll say it that way. Not if it ends in justice.
I don't think he's on the take financially, but I think he's a white supremacist. I think like he's of that mindset is what I'm getting, because there will be an investigation on him. It's like he likes to feel his power and put the burden where he wants to, and he's not balanced in where he puts the burden. And he can block, where he puts the burden. So he feels anxiety for the average 2.5 American family, and he uses his platform in the justice system to try to raise up, I get, like, with his supporters and stuff. That I just get he's smug. He's smug, and everything I get is like screaming at me, white, white, white. And that's the message. Like, he doesn't like charity. He doesn't have a charitable bone in his body. He's got a message of authority that he likes to convey, and it's like I get his time's up. Like he's
gonna retire after this.
It's just too blatant.
And Jen, that's it. What you said, my friends who know him, you described to a T. They didn't say white supremacist though.
Yeah.
And these are one of them is very, 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 very white, so you would know because his parents are. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say. And the other two were one is Mexican and the other friend is black, but so they didn't necessarily, they just said that's just how he is. That's who he is as a person.
I just get that he's dogmatically religious. Yeah.
So the next question, or the last question on this, will the verdict, whatever it is, cause violence?
Cause riots,
because
protests.
What's happening is they are already gearing the National Guard to respond. So will this cause violence? Will the verdict cause violence?
People aren't having it. They're not having it. They don't accept it.
There will be, but it'll be quickly quelled. There's definitely going to be change of perspective. Those who thought there would be some justice, they're going to see it for what it is. The challenge, though, is the actual city in the area. I get the law officials with the Hierophant trying to balance everything that's coming to the system. Coming in, did we call enough guards? Did we do this? How do we get him out and keep him safe? So nobody goes to him. There's going to be a lot. There is going to be movement, though. It's going to be slow, But yeah, they're gonna quell it quickly because it's gonna cause stress and anxiety for just the inhabitants too, is what I'm getting. And yeah, the Knight of Wands as the outcome. So there'll be some flare-ups, but they'll squelch it pretty quickly with the Eight of Wands is what I'm getting.
Everything I get says peaceful protest, unless the peanut butter boys and oath creepers show up, everything I'm getting it, like people aren't having it. They're not accepting it. I get a yes, there will be protests. But if the nostalgia and strength card to me screams the white supremacists, if they show up, then that's like a little bit unknown what's going to happen with them. Like there could be some arrests and stuff. But I get everything is just peaceful, showing support for wanting a fair trial, feeling left out in the judicial system and wanting an investigation. But I get it's complete, it's done. Like it's just a message they're trying to send, if that makes sense.
I don't get violence or protest. I get that there will be news about some sort of transactional promise that was made. So either people paying the bills for his legal defense, but it's like his freedom was already agreed to. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't see riots or anything like that. It's news about how it was almost predetermined. The outcome was predetermined. That's what I get. So, but I don't see violence or protesters or anything like that. But I could be wrong.
I get there's some sort of sign of force here, Ace of Wands, which is interesting to me, because if he gets away, then you would think the extremists would be happy about such a thing. But if he doesn't, then you think they would go in an uproar. So I guess we'll see on that one. But
they look forward to an opportunity to make a peaceful protest look like a riot. So even if it's a peaceful protest, they're going to stick their necks in it.
Okay. Shifting gears from him. He's got my eyebrows furled up. I can't right now. Like he just, oh Jesus, Christian. Okay. Sarah Huckenbuck Sanders. She has gotten the endorsement from the Arkansas governor. And so that's very important for her run for Arkansas governor. So what are her chances of being the governor of Arkansas?
Like her daddy.
Yes.
Huckenbuck always makes me chuckle. I'm going to follow it with Nuckify Buck.
I swear, if I had to look at her on the TV all the time as my governor, I would like puke. It's bad enough seeing her as the press secretary thing.
It'd be interesting to see if the Bible Belt votes for a woman to be governor.
I know, it'd be interesting. Probably because Alabama is a Bible Belt, and they've got a female governor.
Alabama's seriously Bible Belt too.
Yeah. Texas had, and she was a Democrat too. Had
Ann Richards.
That's very Bible belty.
Oh yeah, Oklahoma had Mary. What's her name? Mary Fallon. Mary something.
Oh.
Huckabee Sanders.
Let me pull more cards though, because I think let me see. For crying out loud, Adrian.
Sorry, I'm eating dinner, but we're gonna like pack up and leave as soon as we're done here. And it's like a 5-hour drive, right? 5 hours. So I can't be eating this in the car, so I hope that's okay.
Your plate looks so good. I was like, whatever she's eating, I want like a nibble. That looks amazing. I think she may, guys. I think she's got to lie and sneak enough, especially there's some that endorsement really helped. She's gonna have initially a rough go at it though. She needs to be careful. She's going against the man. Do we know? Because he shows up in the beginning, but I think she's able to win at all costs. But she needs to be careful because sometimes winning at all costs can also be your burden. But she gets 2 of cups, so I think she's gonna have enough like-minded people. She's gonna be able to say the right things to be able to actually pull this off.
That's exactly what I get on the bottom. Like the like-minded people and this governor and her. Yes, that's great. You know, happy joy with the glad that he offered up his endorsement of her. You know, she's in bed with the devil, but I get, yes, you know, it's a little bit of hard work on her, but I get, yes, she gets the job in government. She gets the strength card too. So, I mean, it's going to be a Republican, I get, no matter who.
Is this person retiring?
He must be if he endorsed her.
Because I get Lily's, so there's retirement, and he's changing it here to someone that he can trust. So, yeah.
Trust the liar.
A woman that sat there for how many years and lied to America with a crooked face. I say crooked because her face really is crooked. One eyebrow's like up here, the other one's like over here.
And they keep trying to touch. It's like if you don't get a little strip, then just rip the middle off. That's all you need to do.
Her daddy's got some money. It's like, why does she not have a wardrobe advisor? She wears the most god-awful dresses.
I mean, she thinks she's cute. And she got a man, so he thinks she's cute.
And have some of them chin snatched. Because let me tell you, if I had $15 extra, the first thing I'm doing is getting all of this pulled up. By the way, and she's younger. She's younger than me too.
And
She really?
Yep, she's younger than me.
I was so happy when she got kicked out of that restaurant for being a liar. You guys remember that?
The Red Roof 10 or whatever it was called.
They refused her service for being a liar.
She got kicked out of the original Kentucky Fried Chicken. Something.
Oh Lord. I get no. I get Justice, Queen of Pentacles. There's her starting off good. 5 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands. There's something about a coalition of people that are trying to push out or push her out. I think someone may try to cheat against her because she's got all the momentum. So if they don't succeed, then she gets it. But there's the Devil and the 2 of Swords. Somebody's trying to block her. 2 of Swords was my outcome card. So somebody's trying to block her, but you know, they know God, so maybe he'll help her, I guess.
Stranger things have happened.
Okay. I don't even know if I want to. Well, let's do this one. No, I don't want to do that one either. Yeah, let's do that one. God damn it. Okay, no. Well, let's do this one. Summer Zervos. Why did she drop her case against Donald Trump? She says she wants to be free to say what she wants to say, which, I mean...
Refresh the memory of for everybody in chat. She was the one from The Apprentice, right?
She was the one from The Apprentice. Says that Donald Trump sexually assaulted her.
But you like how I said, refresh the memory for everybody in chat, but then I'm like, you know, she's the one from The Apprentice, like, refresh my memory.
So why did she drop her case? E. Jean Carroll is not dropping her case. But why did Summer drop her case? Of course, Donald Trump took his victory lap, saying I was innocent the whole time.
Devil on the bottom. Knew you had to have a hand in it somewhere.
Pentacles, Page of Cups. There's the devil. Well done.
She's stressed about how much conflict it's actually going to bring up. She knows too that his lawyers play dirty, play for keeps with the 7 of Swords. Her challenge though is wrapping this up, having to actually walk away. She wanted to follow through with the plan with the 9 of Pentacles and the 3 of Wands. She really did want to kind of push this through to the end, but again, she's freaking stressed about the conflict it's going to bring up. The best thing that she could do was for her, it's like her own mental and physical safety, is just walk away. She just knew and I keep getting it's his Lord, because I have judgment at the base, and I keep hearing his legal team. She just doesn't want to, she didn't want to put up with it.
I get she's been threatened. I get the devil's involved here, and she's already feeling compromised, and they have like gone after her and attacked her, and taken action against her. Like, hey, we'll take you out. So here's an offer. Rethink your thing. Rethink your lawsuit. She's trying to move away from Trump and his allies and everybody he works with. I get she's burdened and threatened and fearing for a loss of life. So I don't know if she had the goods on him, but I think she did, and got threatened really hard.
I get that she wasn't very satisfied with the way that things were going. Perhaps that was causing her a lot of stress, but it ends here with fish. So I'm wondering if with this here, like, I'm wondering, I don't know who this person is. I don't know anything about him. If there's some sort of a payment, like
Under the table payment,
or like a settlement or something like that. However they do that, you know what I mean? Because it's satisfaction here is diminished, and she's worried about it. So it's almost like she was made aware that if this goes through in the court, you're not going to be satisfied with the result. So take the money. Something like that. I could be wrong, but that's how I'm interpreting it.
I get there is a sort of secret talk, the 4 of Pentacles. It was kept closed door. This was for the future, but it was not proper. There was also, I think she may have financial problem too. And so there is also some sort of advantage that was being taken upon her situation. There's some issues going on in her life, period. And they took advantage, whoever. And she also could, maybe she's getting a book deal, or maybe she's going to be on some reality show, or whatever the case may be. But she walked away for money. Basically what it is, an opportunity to make money, not just money. This is an opportunity to make it. So there's some sort of company or corporation or something of that nature too, that was like, wrap this up and then we can move forward. And I think that's kind of what I wonder, though, if she was like lied to, but still, that's what I think happened. Okay. Is the worst of the pandemic behind us?
I'm asking, is the worst of it behind us in the U.S.? To clarify, because I've always felt like there was going to be another wave after Delta in the wintertime. So January, February, and I'm getting that with the cards. Like, deaths aren't over yet. Like, it's still causing chaos, and there's unfinished work, meaning there's more people it's going to attack and bully. This is my COVID card. Comes up and offers more sickness. So I think there's one more wave, one more big wave.
Yep, that could possibly Ace of Swords. Yep, it's one of my yes cards. Could also cause people to have to sit back, reflect, or possibly even, in some cases, quarantine again. That's never a good sign. So I'm gonna just leave that for what it is. There's gonna be more money thrown at it too, so it could be more medicines, more something to help fight it. But more boosters. Ugh. Major change. I'm not going to say actual literal death. I'm just going to say major change. So we're not out of the panaria yet. That's what I would say.
I got to know. I pulled this card too. Storks, a surge or an increase because of a change. It's a progression and an increase, a change. But no, because there's people here that are marketing very powerful arguments. So arguments against the vaccine, masking, social, all that stuff. So it's like, no. And then this card was saying a surge of some sort. So I don't know if it's winter months or because this is change of seasons.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a surge come winter or what, but
there's always a flu surge in January, February. You know, my dad was a pharmaceutical salesman. He worked on commission. He had a base salary plus commission, and he would always get a huge paycheck in March from all his sales in January, February from the flu. And I've always felt COVID's going to do the same thing. It's going to have a surge in January.
Mm-hmm. No, fourth is not babies. Sorry.
Again, no, 3 years, and then it'll be, the worst will be behind. 9 of Swords and the 3 of Cups, there's my 3 years. I get the indication it's years because of my Pentacles, which will be a year for Earth cycle. Anyway, 3 years. There's also something, it's going to take about that long till Biden's out of office, I suppose, because we are dealing also with, there is no real effective cure or effective treatment. The vaccine basically aids you in not dying. You still can die naturally, but it's a lot better if you do get the shot than you don't. But that's what we're waiting on now, is some sort of offer of medicine, something earthy. So some sort of medicine is what we're waiting on. But, you know, take your patch job until we get something more secure, because that's pretty much your only option right now. Well, not your only. You could also, you know, drink bleach and just not get a vaccine, but I would not recommend that. How much time? Okay, let's do one more. Inflation. Everybody's worried about everything going up. Is it going to get worse over the next year?
It's interesting. Some analysts were saying that Biden's infrastructure bill should actually pull inflation down a little bit.
And this can be just, I mean, give this baby some credit now. Okay. He hasn't been president for even a whole year. And look at all of the stuff that he's trying to do. So when we get to the end of his 4, I don't want to hear Biden didn't do nothing for us. Look at all the stuff that he is trying to do. Blame your mansions and cinemas if none of it gets passed. But look at all the stuff that he is trying to do.
I'm like,
we have listened to, for the last 50 years, everybody running for president, including Obama, saying infrastructure. Biden is the first to get something done, the first. And he came in during the middle of a pandemic. It's kind of like when Obama came in after Bush crashed the market and the housing market went into chaos and unemployment went through the roof. We Democratic presidents always got to come in and clean up the mess every single time. What was the question? Oh, inflation. Sorry.
We'll give you it.
I went on a rant. Sorry.
But give him some credit for at least trying.
At least let him get through the first year before we start dogging him out, saying what he ain't, a whole bunch of ain't gots. Like, for crying out loud.
We already read that, like, before midterms, his ratings are going to come up and stuff. So, yeah, getting the infrastructure bill passed, that's going to help.
There is something positive on the horizon that the Republicans are going to try to block, but it will come through because we've got the sword of truth on our side. So what cards do I have to prove this? There is something that's coming with the Empress, 9 of Pentacles too, to kind of help us get out of this, be more independent, because it's just a lot of this is tied to the supply chain. So it's just things, you know, kind of, again, something of our own making. But there is at the crown of this plans, or trying to put some plans into action to get us through it, with getting on the right side with the Star card. I do see, though, Republicans are going to try to block something. Republicans, because it's my Republican card with 10 of Cups, try to make things a little bit more difficult. But again, we've got some luck and fortune and fate and things on our side with the Empress and the 9 of Pentacles. So trying to bring some new financial action, giving birth to something new, and the Queen of Swords. So I do think we will work our way through it, is my very long answer to say. We'll work through it.
Again, it's a little bit unknown because you also have the overseas factor that, like, whatever happens over there. So it does take working together and some wisdom. It's sort of cyclical in how it does it, but I get in general, yeah, it'll probably kind of maintain, and I get, kind of slow down, maintain, or whatever. I get, like, they're trying to get more hands in families, more money in families' hands, and more jobs in families' hands. But in general, I get, yeah, it may slow down, like temperance.
I get that the results of the growth are delayed. I'll just leave it at that.
I get Judgment and Ace of Swords. Yes, there's a plan. This is not a new plan because, mind you, inflation is also not new. So there is something that was, this will be a rehashing of an old argument. So they have some sort of thing that they would like to do or like to bring forth with the Judgment card and the Ace of Swords. There's also a little victory on that too. The Six of Swords and the Page of Cups, it'll be rough to get it passed because Republicans in Congress are not poor.
Nope.
They also do not have the same issues we have of going to the store and the bread is $2.39. Now it's $3.39. They don't have that issue. They don't have the issue on how do you feed 5 kids on $300 of food stamps. They don't have that type of thing. And so when you don't sympathize, you tend to not care. And so they are going to fight this, which is why the transition will be rough with the Six of Swords. Very, very hard waters. So we may have to deal with this for a year or so, up until summer of 2023. Yes, inflation is going to go up and no wages are not going to match it. That's kind of the way things go. But I do want to also point out that people like Bernie Sanders and Barack Obama, they have been preaching about minimum wage hikes forever and ever and ever. So it's not like ain't nobody saying nothing. It's just like ain't nobody getting it passed because you have people on the other side who do not.
And it's not just the other side, Johnny. I just saw Stephanie Rule, who's on MSNBC, who used to be a hedge fund manager, on her show the other day, just went on this rant about how increasing the wages is causing inflation. This is MSNBC.
She don't make $8.25 an hour.
Wrap that around your head. This is MSNBC pushing propaganda that raising minimum wage is what's causing inflation, because they have a news anchor person that used to be a hedge fund manager.
And never mind, we had inflation before trying to raise minimum wage. The wages will rise naturally, I think, because they're not going to pass something to raise minimum wage just from pressure. Like you got Costco paying $18 an hour nationwide. So they're to compete with other employers, it's going to.
You have to have a company who cares about that type of thing, though. Because the problem is, and I come from the world of retail, at HEB, which was, as I said before, if I ever say anything bad about them, I made it up. But this one little thing, they would take the sales figure that we made for that week and write it on a blackboard in the break room. And it was usually somewhere around 1.5 million for the week is what they made. Because it was a big store, but 1.5 million per week is what they made. If that drops to 1.3, that means you lost $200,000 and everybody's hours get cut. So even if you make $15 an hour, if you only have 25 hours a week, that still is nothing.
Yep.
Like, so you have to have an employer that actually cares about the balance of the people who work there.
Yep.
Because if you work for me, you should not need food stamps to go and survive. But if you have to have them, then that means you probably don't make enough money. And you don't make enough because I make the most. And then you are working for me for $7 because you can't go find a job paying $16 nowhere else.
Yep.
And so you have to have somebody that cares at the top. Otherwise, you're never going to get it.
Yep.
Anyway, on a good note.
Another giveaway.
Another giveaway.
Pam Wong, you got this one. I got you written down. You said you sent me your info. I'm going to check. I don't believe you, but as I said, this is from the last. Okay, I see it already. Now somebody hush my lips. Hush my lips is what I'm gonna do right there. So,
Johnny, I have one more announcement before you do your giveaway. Later this week, definitely launching gift cards on my website. So if you want to give a gift of a reading for Christmas, give me a couple of more days and it will be on there for gifting. The gift cards will be good for 6 months from date of purchase.
Y'all wait for the numbers. I ain't picked one in my head yet. So let's do, since there's already too many up there, we're going to do from 100 to 150. Because I can't use those numbers because now you picked before I did. So before 100 and 150, type your number in the chat. And then I will do my best to look. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it went too fast.
1,750 people frantically typing first.
Oh, there it is already. Something turtle. I seen it. Wait a minute. Go back. Sacred Turtle, Tony. 113. You got it. Send me your information at TarotsApprentice@gmail.com. Send it right now, please, because this is from whole last month that somebody did not claim. So
what tarot deck is that?
It's called the Modern Way Tarot.
And
I'll show it to you in a minute once I get all this jazz off my fingers. But it is going to be sent out to you. I'm probably going to go tomorrow before it starts snowing and getting real crazy outside. So Cam Wong, I got your information, and Sacred Turtle Tony, send your information to me pretty please at TarotsApprentice@gmail.com. Again, send prayers and healing and strength prayers to You Ask Tarot, to Dana, who is going through or about to go through chemo. Tarot classes will start January the 7th. I'll do a video and give you more information as we get closer. Toxic People stream will be this Friday. It will be me, Adrian, Jules Deramore, and the other person I forgot. So
I have to wait so I can see what Jules looks like.
Oh, Yoda.
I thought it was Yoda, but let me see.
I'm talking too fast because I'm trying to go. So I don't want to do the Southern goodbye and have something else to say. So we will see y'all on one of these other people's channel next week. I think it's Jen's. I don't know. We change it up way too much for me.
Next Sunday's on my channel.
Okay, we will be on Jen's next Sunday, and we will be joined by the Way of Positive Changes, Lori's, and we will see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.